Salut, c'est Evanoa. On est le 12 octobre 2022, le mercredi, 8h15 du matin. Euh, Ce sera pas une longue vidéo, ça va être une longue écoute, mais on va commencer par parler de Bitcoin. Bitcoin qui est en train de former un plateau autour des 20 000, ce qui est une très bonne nouvelle. Depuis 2-3 mois, ça fait du bien parce qu'on était dans une traîne baissière depuis environ avril 2021, ce qui fait assez du bien d'avoir un moment où on peut accumuler comme ça. Par exemple, si on regarde à court terme, les trends sont pas mal toutes baissières. Même XRP reste baissier. On dit hashtag parce qu'il y a d'habitude à 50% sévère, mais hein. Sologénique, par exemple. 80% against XRP aujourd'hui en daily, puis 30% against USDT. C'est incroyable. Pour de vrai, c'est incroyable. Euh, J'en hold plus vraiment. Mais ça me fait de quoi? Ça me fait chier un peu. Écoute, hein, on restera pas là-dessus trop longtemps. On va aller tout de suite sur le vif du sujet. C'est n'importe quoi. Charles Hoskinson. Ok, bro. Listen. On a 15 minutes 11 secondes à écouter de vidéo. Que on va débattre les points un à un pendant la vidéo. Je vous dis, c'est du n'importe quoi. Si je le partage sur la chaîne YouTube, c'est parce que je pense que ça va être. Je pense qu'il va supprimer sa vidéo d'ici une semaine, d'ici un mois, d'ici un an, je sais pas quand. C'est sûr qu'il va supprimer sa vidéo parce que c'est du gros n'importe quoi ce qui se passe.
Charles Hoskinson broadcasting live from cold, swampy, terrible Washington, D.C. I wanted to make a video to talk about what's been going on recently in the last few days in the XRP community and more broadly about the nature of things in the cryptocurrency space.
Ok. So là, il se dit qu'il va parler en gros de ce qui se passe dans la cryptosphère, de son point de vue. Son point de vue. Ok, c'est pas subjectif, c'est pas un fait. Ok.
As many of you know, I've been in the cryptocurrency space for almost 10 years, and I've witnessed pretty much everything you could imagine from the fall of Mt. Gox, actually, the rise and fall of Mt. Gox, Silk Road, the rise of Bitcoin, the rise of the altcoins, the creation of Ethereum, and many other things. Now, throughout my time in the cryptocurrency space, I've also seen the rise of XRP. I was there before the protocol was launched, and I've been here through every major milestone along the way. I know many people in the XRP community. I know the leadership of the organization. I was recently at the Milken Institute, where I sat at the same table with Brad Garlinghouse.
Ok, tu peux garder les yeux fermés, mais en vrai, que tu sois assis avec Brad, Garlinghouse, autour d'une table, avec whatever, c'est qui, ok? On s'en fout. Genre, on s'en fout. C'est Ripple, c'est pas XRP, ok? Fait que là, mettre Ripple puis XRP dans la même phrase, ça marche pas, là, Char, ok? Fait que là, il y a une chose qu'il faut que tu comprennes. Là. Si t'es là depuis le début, là, t'es censé comprendre la tech, ok? Fait que je t'en dirai pas plus, mais t'as des yeux, t'as des oreilles, t'as une bouche, ben, tu devrais checker.
Chris Larson recently reached out to us to discuss collaboration with the Proof of Useful Work group that he's been pushing. So it came as a tremendous surprise, the incredible wave of criticism I received for a single comment, which was taken out of context from an interview. I was in an interview called Thinking Crypto at my ranch and casually asked a question what I thought about a belief that the entirety of the Securities Exchange Commission is engaged in a financial conspiracy with Joe Lubin and the Ethereum group to solely single out and go after Ripple. And I said this was a grand conspiracy because it obviously is. There is no evidence that the entire Securities Exchange Commission has decided to only go after XRP and
Ok, mon gars. Ok, mon gars. Encore une fois, t'as des yeux, t'as des oreilles, t'as une bouche. T'es capable de checker ce qui se passe, ok, le gros, là? Là, le gros, là, Tu vas prendre tes schlicks pis tes schlacks, là. Là, je comprends pas ce qui s'est passé parce que t'as fondé Ethereum, là. Tu connais Vitalik, ok? On se cachera pas. Tu connais ce qui se passe en arrière, là. Peut pas être fou, là, voyons donc. Tabarnak, là. Le 8 gate, ok, gros, là. Tu vas prendre tes clics pis tes clacs, là. Tu vas prendre tes yeux. Tu vas lire tous les documents là, qui ont été drop, mon gars, sur Twitter, là. Jour après jour. Bam, bam, bam. Ah, prédire, une court date. Bam, encore. Hey, tabarnak, ça t'en prend combien de faits, esti, pour te dire voyons, t'es-tu avec, esti? Voyons, tabarnak.
No one else. There are hundreds of enforcement actions they have pursued in the crypto.
Pis si Joe Lubin, pis Jake Layton, pis toute cette gang-là, ben, si pour toi, y a rien qui s'est passé, là. Parce qu'il faut être autiste en tabarnak pour penser que c'est rien passé, ok, mon grand? Parce qu'il m'a dit le dire, bref, franchement. Tu relais les emails, mon esti de taouin.
Cryptocurrency space. The current commissioner, the current chairman of the Securities Exchange Commission, has repeatedly gone on record saying he believes most cryptocurrencies are securities. So obviously, while XRP is one of the first in line, it seems that the SEC intends, or at least is saying, that they're perhaps going to pursue a broad regulatory capture of our entire industry. And Ethereum may have gotten a pass, and that could, of course, be.
Le gouvernement, à cause de XRP, puis à cause que. à cause que tu dis de la merde, tu dis qu'on est la grande conspirationniste, on est les grands conspirationnistes, puis que il n'y a jamais rien de tout ça qui va arriver, hein. Jamais qu'XRP, il va avoir du on-demand liquidity, hein. Ben non, ben non. Tout ça, c'est fictif, hein. Ah ben oui, mon gars. Ah ben oui. Fait que, pour toi, tout ça, c'est une grande conspiration. Puis si la crypto plante, mais c'est à cause de nous autres. T'es reviré sur le top, mon gars.
Because of some belief that certain commissioners have been somehow swept up in a large wave of corruption, or it could simply be that tens of millions of Americans have participated in Ethereum. Tens of millions of Americans have put collectively tens of billions of dollars into Ethereum, that there are thousands of businesses built on Ethereum, that Ethereum truly is actually decentralized, and that the probability of a regulatory enforcement event would be quite low.
T'as déjà entendu que Ripple, 50% de leur XRP sont escrocs et peuvent même pas y toucher, puis que quand, à chaque mois, il y a une partie des escrocs qui reviennent dans le wallet, ben 95% de ce qui revient est remis en escrow. T'es-tu allumé? La blockchain est décentralisée, puis est publique. Allô?
For Ethereum, whereas it's higher with Ripple because of facts and circumstances behind the case. Who knows? But apparently a subset of this community has decided to get so far down the rabbit hole that any even assertion that perhaps there's more to the story than a conspiracy of people in Ethereum, Ethgate, is now a crime. So much so.
Ben oui, c'est un crime. Ben oui. Ben oui, mon gars.
That a person who has spent years being somewhat positive to the XRP community, from Interledger to other things, and has found ways to collaborate, now is the enemy. So much so that there are now members of this same mob calling for my background in Ethereum to be investigated, even though I've only been there for 6 months. That's it.
Ça, c'est parce que tu commences à avoir peur, là, jeune.
And left prior to the ICO. There is no great knowledge I have of a collusion and conspiracy, because there was none that at least I witnessed. And it's pretty sad and pretty disgusting. And this particularly really angers me because this is not a small group of people. I have literally received now dozens of emails. There are now videos made. It's a front page
Ben oui, il y a des vidéos de toi.
of the XRP Reddit.
Puis oui, c'est sur le front page de la XRP Reddit. Ben oui, mon gars, t'as vu ce que t'as fait? Regarde, là. Regarde ce que t'as fait. T'es en train de nous faire un show de télévision, mon gars. C'est dans toutes les langues. Dans pas long, ça va passer en espagnol, ça va passer en Chine, ça va passer au Japon, ça va passer en Turquie, ça va passer en Afghanistan. Le gros, ça va être partout.
Tweet after tweet after tweet attacking me for just saying something. 2 words, grand conspiracy, during an interview for a question I was asked. If this is how you treat people that for years have been a supporter of your community, I was one of the only people in the top 10 of the crypto community.
T'es-tu sérieux, mon gars? T'es en train de nous dire qu'on est des grands conspirationnistes? Puis tu nous encourages? Tabarnak! Ben tabarnak de tabarnak!
To go and talk about the XRP case after the Wells notice came and said it was wrong for the SEC to pursue actions. That's a fact. It's verifiable. You can see it.
Quoi, il est mad.
And yet you want to go down this road as a community. It's shameful. And then you say, I should go on and give some lawyer on YouTube the time of day to spend an hour or two on his channel to let him rant at me and connect all these dots and strings about how one commissioner did something or said something versus another commissioner. And that obviously is evidence that the entirety of the US government is engaged in a great conspiracy against the XRP community. You are the victims of regulatory capture because there is a legislative hole. It's not fair, it doesn't feel good, and it's a terrible situation for everybody involved.
En vrai, tu es en train de nous menacer, le gros. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? Je comprends plus. Je comprends plus. On s'est pas mis dans le trou, c'est pas de notre faute. Ça fait 3 ans qu'on est en train de se faire shit on, man. On se fait dire qu'on est des scammers, qu'on se fait dire que XRP ça vaut pas de la calice de la merde. Quand le file est drop, tout le monde s'est foutu de nous autres. Puis nous autres, on se fout de quelqu'un pendant 2 jours. Puis c'est la fin du monde. T'es revu le résultat.
But this is what happens when the government overregulates. The EPA does it, the IRS does it, the entirety of the Treasury Department does it. Time and again, there are thousands of entrepreneurs and businesses throughout the decades that have been the victims of regulatory capture, of uncaring bureaucrats who have pursued agendas, fair or unfair, doing what they're told, pursuing what they're told. Win or lose, they don't care. This is just a case for them like any other. And if the SEC wins the Ripple case, they put it in the W column. If they lose, they put it in the L column, see if they can appeal. But in any event, they move on to the next thing on the list, just like the IRS with audits. If you win the audit, lose the audit, they go on to the very next return on the pile. Now, you can choose to believe that this is some grand cosmic struggle, that somehow there's this belief that the SEC has woken up and decided to single out Ripple so that they can prevent Ripple from succeeding, so it can't overthrow the world order and replace Swift.
Exactement. Ben exactement, mon gars. Exactement. T'as-tu compris? Ben t'as-tu compris? Ben on n'a plus besoin de continuer. On peut finir la vidéo live. 7 minutes 6. T'as-tu compris? Je pense que t'as-tu compris. Attends, on va checker juste pour être sûr.
That's a fantasy. They simply do not care. They've seen a fact pattern for whatever reason they don't like, and they're pursuing it. It's bad for the industry, and it shouldn't have been done, but that's where we're at. So win on the facts and merits of the case, and the facts and merits alone. XRP shouldn't be a security if it's truly decentralized, if it's truly run by its community.
Ouais, c'est ça. Exactement. T'as tout compris. Exactement.
If it provides real use and utility and applications. You should not require some bizarre belief that the whole agency is engaged in a conspiracy against you in order to win on facts. The law should be on your side if you truly believe that. And if it's not, you have to start asking about how to change the law because the law is unjust or unfair. That's my only commentary. And for that, I've been harassed repeatedly. This is how you treat people? This is what you want? This is the end result? And I'm told to apologize for the audacity of these things? More broadly, in the cryptocurrency space, there is tribalism. And it's gotten so incredibly toxic and bad. It is one thing to point out that significant, terrible protocol mistakes have been made, like with the Ethereum merge, where they've robbed their entire ecosystem of liquidity and they've pursued bad design decisions. It's another thing entirely to descend into this madness. I think the bear market is making people a bit crazy. And I call once again for people to take a step back and realize what they're doing. You're not making crypto stronger. You're not making any of the fundamentals of any of these projects stronger. All you're doing by succumbing to this madness is hurting us all, slowing down adoption, and preventing projects from being able to work with each other. This entire affair transformed me from somebody who was excited to collaborate.
Ok, avant qu'on se... Écoute le gros, il y a des millions, puis des millions, puis des millions de personnes qui investissent dans la crypto à coût de 1000 et de 1000 et de 1000 et de 1000. Puis c'est tellement volatile, c'est normal que les émotions y reviennent. Check, t'es pas ces émotions, toi? C'est ça. C'est ça que je me dis. Puis t'es pas millionnaire? Ben c'est ça que je me dis. Fait que, il y en a le gros qui ont tout perdu, là. Tu devrais te calmer 2 minutes, puis c'est pas de notre faute si tout plante. Ok?
With the XRP community on standards, to join this proof of useful work movement, and to work with this community amongst many others, to now having no desire to do anything with it for fear that if I say 2 words, grand conspiracy, when asked a question in an interview, a casual question, that I'm going to be faced with a Twitter flash mob. Why would anybody in their right mind walk into that room, walk into that community, especially after having a long track record of being one of the few people to support it? It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And if you can't understand why that's a problem, then you're the problem.
Ok, ok. Moi, je vois pas ton problème. Fait que je suis le problème. Moi, je suis un holder de XRP. Charles, il aimait XRP, il aime plus XRP. Ouais, je suis le problème. Ok, ouais. Ouais, je suis le problème. Ouais, ça fait du sens, ça.
This industry is going to live or die based upon its professionalism and its conduct. We can criticize each other. We can, from time to time, make a joke here and there. We can have professional disagreements. We can even call each other nuts. But at the end of the day, we
Are you nuts? Do you want some McDonald's Big Fat Joe? Okay, I think your crypto Cardano is not good as XRP, but okay, bro, you're good. Do your shit. I do my shit alone. Alright, bro. It's a constructive argument, bro. Bro, come on now, bro.
should at least treat each other with some modicum of dignity. And there is none here. It's absolutely bereft of it. And this is just an example of how crazy things have gotten. Absolutely crazy. You see, it's hard that every tweet, every video results in a story on Cointelegraph or some other medium. Things get blown out of proportion. Things get taken out of context. That's just where we're at. And I think it's a broader symptom of the whole social media flash mobbing. But again, we have a small window of time to do things the right way. And if we don't, Regulation will come and end our industry as it is. The only thing that's going to prevent that is if we work together, we set this pettiness and stupidity aside, or by default, we will lose. By default, the very people we're trying to usurp, the legacy financial interests that resulted in the creation of this industry, will win. And they'll put us all in chains. And for the rest of time, we'll just remember when we had a time where we could have made a difference, but we chose not to because we let our pettiness and divisiveness and our egos get in the way.
Ouais, je suis désolé, Charles, mais tu es en train de te regarder, là. Parce que si t'es en train de te regarder, là, ton projet est dans le top 10, puis t'es dans le top 3 des plus tatans. Tu comprends-tu, là? T'étais dans le top 3 des meilleurs, puis là t'es rendu dans le top 3 des plus tatans. Je dis pas que t'es pas bon. C'est juste que t'es rendu dans le top 3 des plus tatans. C'est tout.
This is a perfect example of it. Should not have happened. The leaders in your community should have stood up and said something about it.
I'm the bearable bull over here, and I thank you for this average content for you today. And Charles Hoskinson just said to the people, listen, it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. It's a beautiful day today, and the XRP community fuck up a long way up. Come on now, bro.
It was wrong. Absolutely wrong. But they didn't. They stayed silent. They tried to take advantage of it for ratings and viewership, stoke fires. You happy now? Is that what you wanted? Great. And you know what? You can just criticize the hell out of me for making this video. You can say I'm crying and wah, wah, wah. At the end of the day, what have you accomplished? Someone you could have collaborated with, an ecosystem you could work with, don't really want to anymore. Okay. Go it alone then. Great. All the power to you.
Qu'est-ce qu'il dit là, gros?
That's all you need, right? Yourself. And if people misspeak, they're immediately exiled. You've just broadcasted to the broader cryptocurrency community the consequences of a single word, a single sentence.
Ok, il se répète.
Again, just an interview. Asked a question. You took my comments out of context. You ignored years of commentary. And now we're here.
Ben oui, on est là. On est là, qu'est-ce que tu veux que je te dise? Eh ben, on est rendu là. Ça se peut-tu, hein? Eh, wow, minute. On est rendu là. Si Papa Hoskinson fait un meeting à matin.
That's what you wanted. Okay. Great. You just want to watch the unraveling.
C'est ce que tu veux. Ok. Parfait. Bon.
Traveling of the entire cryptocurrency community. Why am I here in Washington, D.C.? To speak with lawmakers, to speak with regulators, from the CFTC to others, to talk about how do we build a framework which is fair for the American cryptocurrency industry, that actually doesn't attack companies, to make things like what happened to Ripple not happen to everybody else. That's why I'm here. That's where I'm spending my time. I could be on my ranch. Instead, I choose to be here. These are not fun meetings. These are not the most enjoyable things in the world. They're deeply technical. They're frustrating at times. Compromises have to be made. And we as an industry need to do this. But instead, you've chosen to invest time in this madness.
C'est toi qui l'as créé. Fait que je suis désolé, mon gars, mais si tu t'es mangé de la merde de même, c'est parce que je pense que t'as juste pas l'impression à quel point que nous, on a mangé de la merde. Puis c'est toi qui as créé la guerre avec Sir Piada. C'est jamais nous autres.
The shame. So yeah, I'm frustrated. I'm deeply frustrated about this. And it has to stop. And it will stop. Either because we're going to win, and the regulation will get where it needs to go, or we're going to lose, in which case we no longer have the right as an industry to pursue these things in the United States. Now, the industry as a whole will just go offshore, but all of you in the United States will suffer as a result of that. And we'll watch a multi-trillion-dollar industry leave. Good luck for the dollar then. Good luck for a national debt then. Okay. As an American entrepreneur, I don't want to see that industry leave the United States, which is why I'm fighting so hard and dealing so hard. But this is just a sad day, and it is what it is.
Ok. 15 minutes 11. Avec... Ben écoute... Je suis sans mots. Écoute... Euh... On va juste revenir sur une affaire, ok? What the fuck? Lui qui dit que XRP va pas remplacer Swift, mais t'es-tu pété dans la tête? T'as pas vu?
In a backwards world, what if you could
Écoute le gros là. Écoute bien 2 secondes.
move forward, rewrite the code? Armani Code, the new refillable parfum, Giorgio Armani.
C'est la pause Giorgio Armani.
We started building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. We started building Ripple.
T'as-tu vu ça, le gros? Pff, incroyable tout ça, hein? Incroyable ça, tout ça. Hein? Attends une minute. Ripple replace Swift. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Attends une minute. Brad Carglinhouse. Okay.
Joining us now, Brad.
The vast majority of time, cost.
Écoute, ok. Je sais pas où la vidéo, là. Mais ouvre tes yeux, ok, le gros. Ouvre tes yeux. Là, ça va pas bien, là.